Here's a question that more goes towards you because of my history of owning my company and then working for my father previously. What is the best way to ask for more compensation? That's your area right there, if I ever heard it.
Okay. I don't have something on deck to say on how to specifically word it. There's not a magic bullet way to say it as far as the words you use. But I think some important points to keep in mind is before you approach an employer, doing it in the right way, and don't just come at them with a sense of entitlement off the bat, even though you may be. Your attitude and the way you come across is going to set the tone for that, right? And then two, I would make sure that you're beforehand have at least one, but hopefully several ways that you can immediately back up your request for more money. Because from a business standpoint, for him to pay you more, you need to be providing an equal amount of extra value to him as a business owner. So you need to be able to provide him with ways that you've grown the business and increased revenue and profits and decreased callbacks. And you need to give a value add before you come to people for money. It's just like anything else. It's just like any of us guys online, guys who have Patreon accounts, guys who create stuff that we're creating. And then it wouldn't work out too well if somebody with a Patreon account just starts asking the viewers for money from day one. They have no track record of adding value or what have you given me before you're going to justify extra income? So it's one of those things where if you think you're due some extra money, just make sure you've got some concrete reasons to bring up, because he may very well ask you that. Sometimes time in grade or time in service isn't quite enough. And probably the smaller the business, the more that's going to be a true statement.
Good answer. Very good answer. And you have videos that talk about this sort of thing already, right?
I don't have one that's specifically about asking for a raise. Well, I have a lot of videos that kind of go into mindset of being a good employee, though.
Maybe that's what it is, like an overall video instead of just that specific topic.
And Andy Holt asked, he said best answer he heard is to not ask for a raise, but instead ask how you can be more valuable. And that kind of ties in. If you do need to ask, if you feel like you're due that and you've been passed over for a while, then again, it's the same concept. How can you be more valuable? Well, if you have been more valuable, make sure you know what those things are. Because if you have not been more valuable than the day you started, it's going to be hard to justify if he calls you out. You saying that I've been here every day for 2 years, that's not necessarily a good enough reason.